What's going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be working on what I think is the biggest obstacle out of this whole build, and that is where this door sill is going to be. And it's still leaking. The whole thing just needs to be replaced, and it's just a job I have not been looking forward to whatsoever. But it rained last night, and as you can see, there's still standing water in the back right here, so that's the reason I haven't really jumped on any of the floor. But if I can get these doors to stop leaking up top, then maybe the floor will be dried out enough today. I can go back and hit it with the sander and then spray that rust coating on there. So yeah, it's definitely a big job. Not really looking forward to it, but let's get after it. Alright, so this is what it looks like, kind of temporarily held up here with these clamps. Right off the bat, you can see there's a huge hole. It's super flimsy right here in the middle, but that's where I'm gonna tack. So the problem right now is I'm just having to guess where the door is gonna close, really. I mean, even the template's not like 100%, so the theory behind go ahead and putting it up there is that I can just slowly keep closing the door and kind of grind away at whatever I don't need. Now that's the only one that's going to be one piece, and that's going to be that long. The other part that I had measured behind that's going to kind of bend down and then kind of back up, I'll be able to do in sections, and then I'll be able to support a little bit easier. So yeah, here we go. All right, now I never would have thought that this little piece was gonna take basically all day. The doors do shut now. Not extremely easy. But they do shut, so next time I get here, I try to fill in that gap that's at the top, maybe with just a little bit more metal, and then I'll probably do that body filler on top of it. See if I can't get that to stop leaking, and then from there build up that back side and connect it in the back to put in a little bit more support. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so it rained pretty good last night. We still got a bunch of standing water, and the only thing that I did different with this piece is kind of put in some support spots right behind it, so like just little slabs of metal, make it a little bit more sturdy. I still figured that there was going to be some water here, but as you can see, it's completely dry. So right now everything I think is working right, and then on the inside there's less sunlight coming in. Today I'm really just going to be kind of boxing those corners in and then making sure that there's no sunlight showing, similar to the way we've been repairing everything else. But yeah, so far I think it's doing okay. All right, so this is actually looks really good. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah. So there's just a few spots that may have like little pinholes. I might actually just fill that in with silicone, and then right here around the edges, I'll probably do silicone on that because I think the body filler might be just a little bit too thick. But yeah, I mean, this thing is really sturdy though. Now. And that's just two pieces of metal, or you know what I mean. Now with these doors shut, you can't see any light from where it used to be. I've actually already had a piece cut because I figured this might happen. So it looks like this. There we go. What I'll do is just set it on the inside, tack that into place. I'll have to trim out the bottom, but I think it'll eliminate where the light's coming in from the seal on the door. So this is what we got now. So I started out with just a regular piece of that sheet metal, and then used that little clip part right here. Everything's still really warm. So it came with some spacers that I pulled off the bottom, and then that's what I did to kind of like lower it down. But right now everything just works. This is what it looks like with the door shutting from the inside, and from this side there's like not much clearance at all, but yeah, it just works. This piece right here, it's not gonna hit, though it shows, but when it's like active, then it's higher than it normally is. But yeah, so once it's like that, just slides right under and clips. There is a small gap right here. Not sure if that's gonna, you can feel the inside start to press up against, and then it kind of, I guess, pulls away. I don't know if that's because it got hot. So we'll see if any water gets in. But yeah, essentially how this piece is bent, kind of like that C shape, that's what I'm going to run the whole back. And then if it needs some more support, I can always throw in some other pieces. But yeah, right now the door shuts and it works, and I'm stoked. It's been a few days just to get you guys catched up on some stuff that I've been doing off camera. There was some more rust on the outside passenger side. Went ahead and did all it. It was kind of a little bit more challenging this time because from that bottom piece it actually went into where the door is, but I still just used that same sheet metal and just bent it, that same method I've been doing through every single repair. And then I've actually got this side of the top finished. Well, I say finished, it's working and it's welded in, but the only thing I have to do now is just go over with the body filler again, just kind of seal everything up. But what I'll be doing on camera this time is actually finishing the right side. I've already got the pieces cut, so I can kind of show you like what I've been doing. But overall, like, super stoked. So this is a piece that I had already had cut. It fits pretty good. Like I said, just mimic this other side, and it's gonna look something like this right here. It's not perfect by any means, but yeah, so I'll tack that in, and then we've got these little corners. It's gonna kind of really be weird. Also, you probably noticed why there's holes on both sides of this, and that's because there's nuts on top of this now, and I think I'm actually just gonna leave that open in case I have to get to that. I don't think it's really gonna be that much of an issue, because like I said, everything else is really, really strong. It's really, I mean, this whole piece is just very solid, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. But yeah, let's go ahead and tack that up. So this is actually the first issue really that I've ran into, and that bottom piece is just not clean enough for any of the metal to catch, so it's not even really sparking. So I don't really know. I can't really bend it high enough up to grind down. I don't really want to pull this off either. What I'm going to do is actually just take the hard grinder, kind of wedge it in between, and if I grind some of this piece off, then I'll just kind of have to fill that in welding wise. Don't know if this is gonna work, but my idea is to push on the piece that needs to go up and then clamp it down and see if it'll stay there for me to either weld right there or grind underneath. That is stubborn. Hey! Wow, that's not a lot of room at all, is it? Not the happiest with this. There is some gaps on the end down here. Not as many tacks on the bottom either as I'd like, but I don't know. Still feels pretty solid, so I guess we'll just roll with it. Okay, so here are the final shots of this thing. I'm super stoked on how it turned out. Very, very proud of myself, actually. Was a huge job. I mean, I was trying to get people to do this too because I just did not want to do it, and nobody else wanted to do it either, and I understand why, because I mean, it just took several days. Definitely the biggest job that I've ever tried to take on, and fingers crossed it's the biggest one that is on this van. I really won't know everything until like another really hard rain, so I'll just have to kind of keep y'all updated in future videos. But yeah, super stoked on it though. I love this thing. Next thing is gonna be tackling some holes in the floor, and I've also need to do some brakes on here. Got some headlights coming, so I guess it's just kind of whatever gets here first, and start tackling that. So see you guys in the next one. Peace.